Hi everyone. In this video, we'll show you 3 rare UK 2p coins that could be worth thousands of pounds or dollars. These coins look normal but are super valuable. Make sure to check your change, you might have a lucky one. Today, we're talking about a very special coin, the 1971 new pence 2p coin. At first, it might look like just a regular 2p coin, but believe me, it's far from ordinary. Some of these coins can actually be worth up to $7,000. So, you might be wondering, why is this coin worth so much? Well, here's why. In 1971, the UK decided to change its money system. Before this, the UK had a system where 12 pennies made up a shilling and 20 shillings made up a pound. It was kind of confusing. So, they switched to a simpler system called the decimal system, where 100 pennies make up a pound. To match this new system, the Royal Mint created new coins, including the 2p coin. These new coins had the words "new pence" on them to show that they were different from the old coins. Here's where it gets interesting. While making these new coins, the Royal Mint made a mistake. Some of the 1971 new pence 2p coins were struck with the wrong die. A die is like a stamp that shapes the design on the coin. When the wrong one was used, the design came out slightly different than it should have. Now, this might sound like a small mistake, but in the world of coin collecting, even tiny errors can make a coin very valuable. When collectors realized there were some rare coins with this mistake, they started looking for them. And because not many of these mistake coins were made, they became very hard to find and super valuable. So, why does this mistake matter? It's all about how rare the coin is. The Royal Mint made a lot of 1971 2p coins, but only a few of them had this mistake. That's why collectors started paying a lot of money for these special coins. Not every 1971 2p coin is valuable. Only the ones with the error are worth a lot of money. These error coins can be sold for thousands of dollars, which is why collectors are always searching for them. So, how do you know if you've got one of these rare coins? It's simple. Look closely at the design on the back of the coin. If you notice the design looks a little blurry or doubled, you might have an error coin. These error coins aren't easy to spot, but if you know what to look for, you might just find one. Imagine checking your coins and realizing you found one that's worth thousands. Coins like this don't just sit around. They get sold at auctions, where collectors fight to buy them. Some of these 1971 new pence 2p coins have sold for as much as $7,000. That's a huge amount for a coin that started out as just 2p. Even though these coins are rare, it doesn't mean you can't find one. If you check your coins, you might just have one of these valuable error coins hiding in your collection. So, the next time you go through your coins, take a closer look at your 1971 2p coins. You could be holding on to something that's worth a lot more than you think. Next, let's talk about another rare coin, the 1975 UK 2 new pence coin. It might look like just a regular 2p coin, but this one is special and can be worth up to $5,000. Wondering why? Well, it's all because of a rare mistake made during the minting process. Here's the deal, most of the 1975 2p coins were made with a regular design, but some of them were made with the wrong die. A die is like a mold that stamps the design onto the coin. If the wrong die is used, the design can look a little different. So, some of the 1975 coins got the wrong die, which means the design on the back wasn't struck properly. This made these coins different from the rest. And because of that small mistake, they're now very valuable to collectors. Coins with mistakes like this are rare, and that's why they're worth so much. If you find one, it could be worth thousands of dollars at an auction. Let's compare the two. Most 1975 2p coins look the same, with a simple design. But the error coins, made with the wrong die, have a slightly different look. Maybe the design is blurry or not centered correctly. These small changes make them much more valuable. When these misstruck coins show up at auctions, they can sell for thousands of dollars. A perfect 1975 2 new pence coin with the mistake could easily be worth $5,000 or more. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable coins? It's easy, just look at the design on the back. If you notice something looks off, like the design being blurry or not quite centered, you might have found an error coin. These error coins can be tricky to spot, but if you're looking closely, you might find one. If you do, it could be worth a lot more than just 2p. So, if you have any 1975 2p coins lying around, take a close look. You never know, you might have a rare and valuable coin on your hands. Now, let's talk about the 1980 UK 2 new pence coin. You might think a 2p coin is no big deal, but this one can actually be worth up to $10,000. That's right, a coin just over 40 years old could be worth a small fortune. So, what makes the 1982p so special? Like the earlier coins we mentioned, the 1982p coin has an interesting story. It was made after the UK changed to the decimal currency system. But this coin is different because some of them have a rare mistake that makes them really valuable. What's the mistake? Well, a few of the 1982p coins were made with something called a double die error. This happens when the coin is struck with the die, the stamp that puts the design on the coin, more than once. This makes the image on the coin look a little blurry or like it's been stamped twice. Even though this mistake is small, it's a big deal to collectors. If you look closely at the coin, you might see that some parts of the design look a little off, like they've been doubled or blurred. These small details make the coin more valuable. So, why is this mistake important? Well, the double die error happened on only a few of the 1982p coins, making them rare. And rare coins are worth a lot more. When collectors know a coin is rare, they'll pay a lot to get it. At coin auctions, 1982p coins with the double die error can sell for thousands of dollars. Some have even sold for up to $10,000. So, if you happen to find one of these in your change or in your collection, you could be holding on to something really valuable. So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable coins? It's simple, just look at the design on the back of the coin. If you see parts of the design that look blurry or doubled, that's a sign it could be an error coin. It's important to look closely, because the error is usually very small. But if you spot it, that's the clue that you might have a rare and valuable coin. So, next time you check your coins, especially if you have any 1982p coins, make sure to look carefully. You might have a rare coin that's worth way more than just 2p. Conclusion. So there you have it, 3 ultra-rare and incredibly valuable coins from the UK. From the 1971 new pence 2p worth $7,000 to the 1982 new pence, which can go for up to $10,000, these coins are a perfect example of how small errors or historical changes can create a treasure trove for collectors. Before you head off to check your spare change, keep in mind that not every 2p coin is going to make you rich. But if you're lucky enough to find one of these rarities, you could be holding a valuable piece of British history. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest coin discoveries. And hey, if you've ever stumbled upon a rare coin yourself, let us know in the comments below. We love hearing about your finds. Until next time, happy collecting.